got a corn crop here. We actually planted a Three Sisters guild. We've had sweet corn, zucchini and beans climbing up, and it was all going pretty well. We've done it without irrigation. We thought it was going to be a wet year, and so we planted. As it turns out, it's been a very dry summer. But anyway, this first planting of the Three Sisters guild went fine, except we noticed that the beans disappeared very, very quickly. But the corn's actually going all right, and the zucchini underneath it here is going pretty well. This we plant successionally, so we've got a small amount of supply from time to time. We've had a big problem with insect predation on the leaves this year because we've got a locust plague and grasshoppers everywhere. But I knew about that. That wasn't unexpected. I was mystified by the beans disappearing. So between that last planting of corn, we've done a next planting of Three Sisters, beans, corn and zucchinis. We've got a little bit of a buffer zone of potatoes through here. This planting started worrying me because again the beans came up, grew fine and then disappeared, but now I think I've worked out what's going on with the corn. This and the next planting of corn have been hammered by what I suspect is fall armyworm, which is not a welcome sight. And we'll go. We're just going to try and see if we can find some of the critters and get them to take as samples, but it's really knocked this second planting about. I found one caterpillar here a week ago. The leaves are all healthy, and this planting here is within a week it's been very badly hammered. Let's have a look at that. These plants have been quite traumatized. You can see all that feeding frash there on the leaves and right down there into the stem. The more severe ones on the edge of the patch are absolutely chewed to pieces. You can see some of the early infestation where it's just sort of like clear windows on the leaves, but obviously things have got to go on in this last week, and yeah, there's a lot of damage here. And the next planting, the next younger planting, is even worse. I'll take you to show some of those. This planting's been hammered even more heavily at a younger age, and even though we've got the grasshoppers, the plague locusts hammering this crop like that one there, I've known about them. This is different damage. I suspect this is fall armyworm. You can see it hasn't quite killed the beans off yet. There's an example of one of the beans. It comes up, grows quite well, and it's been chewed away. Initially I thought it was cutworm, but it doesn't seem to be like that. The beans have been cleared out first. Okay, I pulled apart one of these damaged stems and kept pulling apart the leaves so I can find the critter, and there's the critter there. All the damage to this plant seems to have been done by one caterpillar, which is pretty scary. Anyway, I'll look at him closely and see if we can key him out and see if he's the right fella. Trying to get this to focus on his head. He's just spat and chewed into me, but you can see that Y shape on his head. That's a distinguishing feature. I'm pretty sure that's one of them. And the other distinguishing feature is, I can get this to focus, on his bum end, those 4 spots on the second last segment, apparently they're a distinguishing feature. I'm pretty certain that this is fall armyworm, and that's what's taken over this corn crop so quickly and probably got rid of the beans. I'll get some better ID photos for him to send to DPI.